you are planning to build in 2026, this is how you can successfully start building your house without stress and finish strong, even if you have a lot of financial responsibility or you are earning a low income. Do you know that most of the houses in Nigeria are built by people that actually earn low income? It simply means that you don't have to be earning millions of naira or be a multi-millionaire before you can be able to build your house. Almost 80% of the houses you see in Nigeria are built by people that earn low income and also have very huge financial responsibility. A lot of people that are earning money have a lot of people depending on them, but they are still able to build their house. So this video, I'm going to be sharing practical tips on how you can start building your house successfully in 2026, even if you are earning a low income or you have a lot of financial responsibility. The first step to doing this is to start with the end in mind. That is, before you start building your house, you need to anticipate the end. You need to ask yourself this question: this house I'm planning to build now, if I start building it and I finish it, will it benefit me more? How will it benefit me? For example, you want to start building a duplex. How will this benefit you more? Will this duplex benefit you than building blocks of flats or building rental apartments? Because like it or not, you can start and finish any of these still with your low income. Anybody that can build a duplex can build rental apartments. So you need to start asking yourself this question from the beginning: which one will benefit me more? Now imagine that you are living abroad and you have people depending on you in Nigeria. You have children and you don't even come back home every single time. You see that building a duplex would rarely benefit you so much because you don't come back home, and also you need consistent cash flow streams that will relieve you of a lot of financial burden before you now go and build your beautiful mansion or palace. Do you understand? Which one will benefit me more? Imagine that you don't have anything that is bringing you money yet, and then you want to build, and you go ahead and say, please, oh, I'm tired of landlord wahala, I'm tired of paying rent, let me go and build my own house and park it. Ask yourself, will building a duplex or a bungalow benefit me more than me building multiple units of apartments and then owning one, then renting the others? Which one will benefit me the most for the money I am planning to put into this building? You need to visualize that and decide on the one that benefits you more. Because guess what? You're going to be putting a whole lot of money in this project. So you need to make sure that every money you are putting in this project is worth it. Not because you want to prove to your neighbor that you have arrived or you want to prove to your village people that you have made it. Which one would actually mean the most to you financially, and not just to give you bragging rights? As long as you are able to build a house, is already enough bragging rights. So we need to stop building to impress and actually start building what benefits us the most. The second thing you need to do if you want to successfully start your building and also finish it in 2026 is you need to start learning to move in silence. Hey, you see this one? This is what actually destroys a lot of people's plan. There are a lot of blessings you need to shut up on. Like, a lot of people, they want to build and they'll come and start announcing to their parents, their brother, their sister, oh, I want to start building. Oh, do you know what that does for you? You open yourself more to more billing. That is, if they're already billing you, like, let's say every day, you are opening yourself up for people to start billing you every hour. Because this is the mindset of a lot of Nigerians. They'll be like, ha, this one you already started building. You have money now. I beg go. If I need any money, if I have any money issues, let me call my brother because he has money. Is he not building house? You understand? So by announcing and giving information, like letting people know, you are literally putting a lot of burden on yourself. See, if you are building, especially if you're in Nigeria and you want to build, if you can keep quiet and don't even let anybody know you are building until you are done building, you will see how stress-free it will be for you. A lot of people experience the most stressful building journey just because they have announced it, and then everybody is in their neck. Their family wants to be involved. Everybody now wants to collect money because they feel like, you are building now, so you have money. This 2026, not just in your building, for a lot of your plans, just keep it to yourself and discuss it with your God in prayers. Not everything needs national announcements. Announcing too much it brings a lot of things. You don't even know who means well for you or not. Keep quiet, move silently. When you finish, let them be doing congratulations when you are now sharing the video. Do you understand? Now, the third step to start your building successfully and complete, even if you have a lot of financial responsibility or you are earning a low income, is to start by buying the land first. Buy your land first and buy smartly. Now, this is what I always tell my clients. What you want to build will determine where you buy your land. That is why I told you to start from the beginning to ask yourself, what will benefit me the most when I build? That would advise where you buy your land, depending on what you want to build. Imagine you want to build a rental apartment, and let's say you are building because you want to rent and you also want to maximize the amount of return on investment you make from that rental apartment. The first step to actually getting the best land is to understand the state you are buying that land in. Who is renting? What are they looking for? What is their age bracket and their income bracket? What can they easily afford? Imagine you are building a place like Port Harcourt that majority of the people that are renting are young people. If you think about it, you see that for me to actually maximize this my building, it's better I build for young people and build where young people like to rent, so that I can maximize my plot size and also make more income from my building. Now you now start asking yourself, where are these young people looking to rent? That is how you decide and buy your land smartly. Which areas are more affordable right now that people want to rent? In a place like Port Harcourt, you will see that places like Woji, Rupoku, NTA Road are the places that are very much affordable right now, that a lot of young people are renting. Now you now go and start asking, please, oh, where can I buy land in this area? Where can I buy affordable land? The best thing to do is to buy in an estate, so that you avoid a lot of land wahala from money or family drama and all of those kind of things. Look for affordable land in estates in that area, land for sale in an estate in those locations. Why buying in an estate? You see that you will have an opportunity to even start paying small. Start paying small. Before you know it, you are finished paying for your land and you've already started building. One of my clients reached out to me sometime in 2024 and she wanted to just buy land. And I'm like, okay, when you buy land, what do you want to do? Say, let me just buy it and keep now. I cannot say I can start building. Building is for people that have money. I'm like, people that have money, how? But see her now, when she have money very well, she will now buy land and build. I told her, my sister, majority of the houses you see in this Nigeria are built by people that earn very low income, if you know what to do. And that was how I told her a lot of things in the market, and actually how she can start buying the land that she needs to build what she wants to build for rent in Nigeria. My sister, my brother, she started buying her land, paying small. Before you know it, she herself, when she finished paying for the land, she was like, wow. So me like this, I can pay for this kind of land. Like this, we don't already dey plan to build. But this is someone that didn't even believe that she could build before. She didn't even believe that she has money enough to build. See, building is not until you have it big. You can start small. Stage by stage. I am telling you, before you know it, before you know it, you'll be like, wow, so this my small income can make this amount of investment. It is that easy if you just have the discipline and have the right people in your corner. Now, the fourth thing to do is to ensure you work with a realistic plan. Get your bill of quantity even before you start building. Your bill of quantity will tell you how much it will cost you to build any kind of house you want to build from beginning to end. Now, when you know how much it will cost you, you can now start budgeting stage by stage. Okay, how much will this foundation cost me? Okay, foundation will cost me so and so. Let me go and save so and so. If you save small, or yeah, let's do this part of foundation. If you save another one, before you know it, 2 months, you are finished doing foundation. By the end of the year, you're almost at your decking or your roofing level. And you'll be like, wow, are you serious? It is this easy. Yes, it is. But if you don't have a realistic plan, you don't know how much it will even cost you to start. Guess what? If you don't follow these things structurally, a lot of things are going to go wrong. You are going to open yourself up to people scamming you, because when you don't know categorically how much something will cost you before you start, people can high price for you. You can pay double for one thing you will not even know. Artisans will charge and overcharge you because they know that you don't know. When you move like someone that don't know, these artisans know. But when you move like someone that knows what they are doing, they also know. So if you want a stress-free journey, just get your bill of quantity. How do you get your bill of quantity? Get the building plan of what you want to build and submit it to an engineer or a quantity surveyor, majorly a quantity surveyor. The quantity surveyor will analyze everything and show you how much each stage of that building is going to cost you, and also how much is going to cost you totally. The fifth thing to do is to bargain and build stage by stage. When you are hiring an engineer to help you with your building, you can either make it stress-free or you make it overwhelming for you, depending on what you do. If you want a stress-free journey when you are building, don't bargain everything together. Don't ask the engineer, how much will everything cost me to build? Because when you do like that, oh, the engineer will be like, okay, this one a big building, a big man, and then they will charge you. But if you're doing it stage by stage, you'll be like, okay, engineer, how much are we going to use to do foundation? You already have your bill of quantity to use and assess everybody. Do you understand? Are you seeing why it's important to follow these steps? How much will it cost us to do the foundation? Engineer, the engineer will tell you. You look at your bill of quantity, be like, this engineer. Okay, maybe. Let me ask another person. Compare prices. Don't go with just one person's point of view. Ask another person. Oh, how much will it cost us to do foundation? Just foundation level. The person will give you bill. You already have your bill of quantity that is showing you this is the estimate of everything. So you know when someone is very far off and when someone is very close. Whether it is far off in a cheaper way or far off in a very expensive way, you already know to avoid those people. But if you are doing everything combined and say, engineer, how much will it cost us to build everything? Hey, I'm telling you, they are going to charge you. Take it stage by stage by stage. With this stage by stage, you will also be able to sieve out people that are not doing well for you. If you are doing stage by stage, it will be very easy for you to monitor progress, monitor as things they go. If you take it stage by stage, one, it will not stress you a lot. It will no longer overwhelm you. Before you know it, you are finished because you have taken it stage by stage. So that stage by stage, you'll be seeing small money. It's no longer that big amount. It will be very much stress-free for you. The sixth thing to do is to make sure you work with professionals and avoid a lot of family interference in your building. This is where a lot of people use their hand and give themselves a lot of stress. I know of a client of mine, her first building, before we even reconnected, her first building, she was like, Jesus, the kind of stress I went through. Why? Because the family was too involved. The family were too involved. They were taking money from her. She will give them money to do something. They will use it and do another thing, take care of themselves. Then they will not give her story. Oh, our grandmother was sick. We used money to take her to hospital. Nkekwa, this one did and the other one happened. They kept on giving her stories for her money she was giving for building. And guess what? She was not able to do anything. And they will keep on manufacturing this, both the ones that are true and the ones that are not true, because they are heavily involved and the money are passing through them. So when the money enters, they'll be like, hey, see money. You know one thing about people that are not used to a lot of money entering their accounts, once they see that big money, they'll be like, hey, you see, this is a say, you never know how somebody is until money enter their hand. That is just true. And that is why a lot of people experience a lot of havoc when they are building in the hands of their family members. Most times, it's not because they hate you. It's just because they don't know how to manage those kind of money. They are not used to those kind of money entering their hand. So when it enters, the first thing they want, you see them, they will start buying cars. They will start carrying Hey! And after that, they'll give you stories that they know you will not do anything about. See, it's better to work with professionals that will report directly to you. Have a good professional engineer, have a supervisor or eye on site for you that will report directly to you. See, there are a lot of people that they can testify that it was much more easier working with professionals and their family not even knowing anything about their building than when their family was involved. That is simple. Because when your family is involved, you see a lot of chaos happening in the site. Some people will even be arguing with engineer when engineer tell them, see, this material you brought to a site is very, very inferior. This is not what we told you to buy now. Because that is what a lot of them do. You give them money to buy material, they will go and buy the very, very lesser quality ones just so they can pocket in some money for themselves. You see people, engineer and family will be having fights every single chaos in your building, and when you have chaos like that, a lot of things can go wrong and you don't want it. Honestly, you don't. I know it's not easy to find good people that work for you, but yeah, there are still very good people that would help you execute your project without stress. If you are in Port Harcourt and you're looking to build and you want someone that will help you execute your project without stress, reach out to us. I will link you to our engineer and also help you supervise those buildings. Our goal is to make sure you build sustainable streams of income in this city without stress. Like it or not, the amount of money you spend in your building majorly depends on the kind of people that are helping you in that building. Remove the stress you can remove when you can remove it, honestly. The final thing you can do right now when you are building on a low income and you have a lot of responsibility, what you can do to start successfully and finish successfully is to make sure you keep everything as simple as possible. Don't come and overcomplicate your design. These things that we think are the big thing that you put in a house and it will be the things that are collecting money and it's not even that it's important. It really does not matter to anybody that needs what you are building, especially if you are building a rental apartment. Keep your thing, keep your building, keep your design as simple as possible. It will reduce a lot of cost for you. Simple is key. Simple is classy. Just keep it functionally simple. No need for complicating your building just for Instagram. Everybody have a beautiful house as long as you are finished building your house and it is habitable. Small design and your house is very Instagrammable. Do you understand? Don't use because of Instagram and put costs on your head. Put wahala, more money, unnecessary cost on your building. I hope this was helpful to you. If it was, give this video a like for me. Like this video and also share this video. Share this video to your friends, your family. Share it to your WhatsApp status, to anyone you know that has been looking to build or they have been thinking of building but they feel like, oh, I cannot start building because I'm earning small money or I have a lot of responsibility, financial responsibility right now. I don't think building is for me. If you know anybody in your corner that is still like saying or thinking this, share this video so that they can see how they can actually start even when they are earning a low income or have financial responsibilities that are keeping them down. There is still a way to make a way for yourself so that as you are working, you'll see the fruits of your labor. You'll be seeing it all. It will stand. You'll be seeing it for yourself and not just for you to spend years working without a lot to show for your hard work. It is not good. So help me and share this video to anybody you know that is going through this. Thank you so much. Now, if you're seeing me for the very first time, my name is Josie Nadi. I'm a realtor here in Port Harcourt, and I help you source out the best land to build in Port Harcourt and also help you supervise your building here in Port Harcourt. So if you're looking to build and you need someone in your corner to help you in this journey, to make it very stress-free for you, go ahead and give me a call and let's talk further. I will see you in the very next video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you have not, and welcome to the family.